So let's talk about a term you're probably hearing everywhere these days: AI literacy. We're going to cut through all the sci-fi stuff and just break down what it really means to understand and use artificial intelligence in your actual everyday life. Okay, first things first, let's get one thing straight. AI isn't some technology from the distant future. Nope. In a lot of ways, it's already here. It's clocked in, and it's working right alongside us. So the conversation is no longer if AI will be part of our jobs, but how we can work with it. You know, a picture like this really gets to the heart of it. AI isn't just some vague idea floating around in the cloud. It's becoming a tool we can practically hold in our hands. It's designed to augment our own skills, helping us see things, do things, and understand things in totally new ways. Just think about that for a second. This isn't about being replaced. It's about collaboration. All those skills we use to work with other people, like communication, understanding what they're good at, playing to their strengths, well, those are becoming just as important for working with AI systems. And this isn't some niche thing either. It is happening all over the place, in every industry. For example, in Denmark, teams are using AI-powered drones to check the conditions of bridges. In Australia, AI software helps dispatch utility workers after a big storm. And at Ford, they're using computer vision, which is basically AI that can see to spot tiny manufacturing defects a person might miss. See, AI is a practical, everyday partner. So, if AI is already here, what do we do? How do we get ready? Well, the answer is AI literacy. And probably the most important thing to get right off the bat is that this is not about learning how to code. Here's a great, really clear definition from IBM. Being AI literate just means knowing what AI is good at, what it's, well, not so good at, and how to use it to get things done. It's all about being an informed user, not necessarily the person who builds it. And this quote just nails it. This knowledge is for everybody. It's kind of like you don't need to be a mechanic to drive a car, right? Same idea. You don't have to be a data scientist to use AI, and just understanding the basics can help all of us. Okay, now this is where it gets really fascinating. How does a machine actually learn anything? I mean, it can feel a bit like magic, but under the hood, it's a pretty logical process. So let's pull back the curtain for a second. This shows a huge, fundamental shift in thinking. With old-school software, a programmer has to write every single rule, step by step. But with machine learning, it's flipped. We give the AI a bunch of data and the right answers, and it actually figures out the rules for itself. The goal isn't to program the logic, it's to teach it. To make this super clear, let's use an example we can all relate to. Imagine you want to teach an AI to tell the difference between a golden retriever and a poodle. How would you even start? Well, it's actually a pretty straightforward process. First, you just feed it tons of labeled data. We're talking thousands of photos where you've already said, this is a poodle, this is a golden retriever. Then the AI starts analyzing all those photos to find patterns. Things like ear shape, the texture of the fur, size. After that, it starts to learn the rules by connecting certain patterns with certain breeds. And finally, you test it. You show it a brand new picture of a dog it's never seen, and it uses all those patterns it learned to make an educated guess. And that brings us to the most crucial point of all. While the code is what builds the system, the real lifeblood of AI is the data. The quality, the amount, and the accuracy of the data you use to teach it, that determines everything. It's simple. Bad data in, bad predictions out. Okay, so we've talked about what AI is and basically how it learns. But why does any of this actually matter for your career, like right now? Take a look at this number, 35%. Let that sink in for a moment. What on earth could that represent? Well, according to a recent report from IBM, that's the percentage of the workforce that's going to need retraining in the next 3 years because of AI. That's more than 1 in every 3 of us. This isn't some trend that's way off in the future. It's happening as we speak. Now, that might sound a little daunting, but it really doesn't have to be. In fact, you can look at it as a huge opportunity. As Justina Nixon-Santil from IBM puts it, this new world just makes lifelong learning essential. It's really a call to action for all of us to stay curious, to adapt, and to build the skills that are going to keep us ahead of the game. So we'll leave you with this one question. The goal for most people isn't to become an AI developer. The real question is, are you ready to collaborate with it? Are you prepared to understand its strengths, know its weaknesses, and use it as a powerful tool to do your job even better? Because that is the heart of AI literacy, and it's a skill that's going to define the next chapter of all of our careers.